The media's racist. The media's again, Bukayo Saka and co are all plastered and blamed for England's defeat against Iceland, much like we saw in the last Euros. And, I'm pretty sure there's several examples of not only footballers, but several athletes. We all know the language. This isn't just exclusive to England. It's all over the world, particularly those of different ethnic minorities. The minute things go left, it goes from, if Bukayo Saka scored a winning penalty, which he missed for England, it would have been Bukayo Saka born in West London, wherever. When you miss, it's Bukayo Saka of Nigerian descent. You can't honestly tell me you lot are shocked by the media again portraying the language. All you need to do is pick up a history book. Away from violence or physical tools, the media and the connotations and the languages around how you describe certain individuals or the propaganda that these people propel, they control the narrative. If you say a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. Unfortunately, a game that is football and it's loved by you, it doesn't matter your sexual orientation. It doesn't give a flying monkeys about how much pigment you have in your skin. It's a game. It doesn't even care about your class, your social status. It doesn't matter. This is a game that is for inclusion. Football only cares about, can you score goals, can you defend, etc. It's unfortunate, and I've really tried not to speak about this. Anyone who's been on my channel from its inception, I think I've been on YouTube about 6 or 7 years now. Time's flying. I always speak about this stuff. It's boring. It's not going anywhere, and it's not going anywhere soon, people. This is the belly of the beast. And I would also say, you need to peel back the layers, because I do think we are in a realm now where it's hyper opinions. Someone says something, you're crazy, you're racist, you're this, you're that, and then when it's actually racist, things are taken out of proportion. Journalists need to be held to account. It's all fun and games screaming and shouting about an individual, what they've said or what they've done and whatnot. Go after the journalists, because when many people read the articles, you won't see the vested interest. These people who write these articles are just like us. I've got it here, Tom Barkley, the one that's got Bukayo Saka planted all over these publications. You go and look at him. His main focus for his writing is Spurs. Now, ulterior motives. I'm not suggesting because he writes for Spurs, he writes on Spurs, it's a chance to get Arsenal, get out an Arsenal player. But we've got to remember, these lot just care about engagement. It's not just blatant racist comments or the rhetoric we see in that anytime England stumble across anything or lose a game, we all know who is going to be on the pitches. It's the language, it's how they describe players, it's what they say about players, the attitude problems, physical, players. A lot of black players have a lot of technical ability and things like that, but they're just diminished to their pace and their power and their strength. And again, we have to be honest, if a man is strong and fast and all of these things, then great. But it's the language, and I genuinely don't understand how it's made up of us. I don't know how it changes. This is the belly of the beast. But these journalists, they're the ones that make the article, they're the ones that are capitalizing on us speaking about this. They're the one that ultimately are getting clicks, and it's not going to change. If you represent a country that you might not be a descendant from, this is the belly of the beast. This is what happens. We've seen it with Lewis Hamilton, we've seen it with Anthony Joshua, we've seen it with several English players. Even if you was to even break it down away from color, class, David Beckham used to get it, Wayne Rooney at a point used to get it, and there's plenty of others, really and truly. We all know that according to what you look like within the media, you're held to different standards. You go back to Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho. Obviously they missed penalties, and yes, we would have liked for them to score, but to show the bollocks to stand up and take a penalty in front of thousands in the stadium and millions around, that takes courage, people. That this all, I'm not comparing them to soldiers, because soldiers is a different thing, but they were willing to put their, in a footballing sense, their life on the line, so they should be applauded. And unfortunately, we live in a day and age of trolling and social media stuff, but it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's disappointing. It's not surprising, really and truly. I felt compelled to make a video about this, and many people, I think in general, when it comes to injustices, whether it's about tragedies going on in the world, war in the world, racism, unfortunately, a lot of people just want to be seen saying the right thing rather than doing the right thing, really. A lot of people will say racism's bad, etc., etc. Nothing can be done about it, really and truly. We're here talking about this today. There'll be something tomorrow. This is just the realm we live in, and it's a shame, because the vast majority of people, regardless of your skin color and all of that jazz, you judge people from a footballing sense, whether they've played good or bad, or from a life point of view, you judge people about how they talk to people, how they treat others, what their substance is about. But unfortunate, man, this is, I know we're not animals, but we are animals. We're no different, really and truly, from primal stages, really. People are always looking to segregate each other and want to be better than a particular class or race, etc. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. And to be honest with you, for the black players out there, this is what you sign up for, playing for England. I'm not saying don't play for England, but this is what happens. You see it for club, you see it at club level. How many times are you seeing fans banned, or every now and again one of these trolls online, they get caught for their trolling stuff and they're banned? Racism isn't taken seriously in football. Why? I don't know, really and truly. You get banned for longer for match fixing and FFP and all of these sort of things than you will for calling someone the M-word, or you white this, or you black that, or Asian that, this, that, and the third. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately, football is one of, football's a great game. It's stopped wars. It's brought people together. It's lifted people out of poverty. It provides a great escape. But unfortunately, the other side of that is within football, this is probably one of the only places that the media can be a bit cute and clever and authors about it and say certain things without being blatantly racist. And also in terms of match going fans and pubs and things like that, it's one of the only parts of society now where they can kind of gang together and do their nonsense. So it's here to stay. And we all know what's going to be done during the Euros. We all know who is the fall guys. We've been here before. And that's actually one thing I'll give Gareth Southgate. You can criticize him, but he's always been very vocal about this. England, of course, well, maybe not now, but it's a predominantly white country, and you could be proud of being English and all of that. I'm not suggesting that, but through history and immigration and all of these things, we got a melting pot, which differences should be celebrated, man, rather than segregate each other. It should be celebrated, man. Again, you get white people, black people, Asian people. Everyone's got different cultures and stuff. You mix that together. Variety is the spice of life. We should be celebrating each other, but also comprehending that because of your color or whatever, your race, religion, your sexual orientation, all of that kind of stuff, that doesn't make you any worse or better than anyone. What makes you better or worse is how you carry yourself, your values, how you treat people in society. It's never going to go away. It's been here. We're going to be here again. What can I say, people? But yeah, man, and it is frustrating. It's to the point where I almost find it funny now, if I'm completely honest with you. Like, I'm at the point of, what's the point getting angry? And I feel sorry for a lot of these footballers out there, because you've got to, no matter how headstrong you are and thick skin, everyone's got a breaking point. And at the end of the day, these footballers can think whatever they want. They don't have to, they have to have thick skin. It's the nature of the business. But these lot have grandparents, they've got wives, they've got girlfriends, they've got siblings, they've got all of this, and it's these lot that don't escape from it. But when it comes to the media in particular and controlling narratives and saying certain things, again, racism is bad. But I am more fearful of somebody that is able to articulate themselves in a lot better way in terms of displaying racism than just saying you effing black cunt or what, or nigger or whatever. Yes, I can say that, like, you get it, but it's the language around it. It's how you describe players. It's saying the lies enough times. It's painting narratives and blaming people, because essentially these lot, it's just their opinions. They work for these publications, but it's just their opinions and what they're saying, and they articulate it well. They've got their punctuation on point, etc., etc. It's not going to go anywhere, man. No matter how much kumbaya we do, no matter how much funding there is, no matter how much picketing there is, there's nothing. The most you can do is really scrutinize these journalists. I would say the one good thing about social media is if people just use their brain and you see an article that you don't agree with, you can find out the person's name. Unfortunately, man, like, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Racism's been going on for thousands of years, if not millions. It'll be here long after I'm gone. It is what it is at this point in time, man. Football does not care. The FA, the Premier League, the media, FIFA, any organizer, it does not care about racism. We've been seeing it. Well, we're going to do some kumbaya stuff. You know what? Say no to racism, people. One sec. Let's do some feel good, do nothing. Look. Say no to racism, taking the knee. That ain't changing shit. Like, yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to do that. It's great to tweet things, but it's not going to do anything. Now, I don't have all the answers. I don't know how you stop it. I'm just, like Tupac says, in it, that's just the way it is. So it's unfortunate, man. And again, I felt compelled to speak about this in my own way, but I'm tired of speaking about it. But unfortunately, it can't be stopped. We'll be angry, we'll stomp our feet. Life goes back to normal after this video, in my case. And obviously for you lot, whatever, then next week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever, we're saying the same things, people. So yeah, man, there ain't nothing else to say. But you know what? Everybody who is a victim of racism, keep your head up. My black players for England, keep your head up. And everybody else, regardless of your skin color, any decent human being that is against everything I'm talking about, just keep your head up, man. But yeah, and you know what? Big up to the trolls out there, because anytime I talk about this stuff, you can bet your bottom dollar. You go through my YouTube comments, you're going to see these, these people hiding behind screens saying the madness. So yeah, I've got nothing more to add, people. But on that note, I would say like, comment and subscribe and share your thoughts. But what thoughts is there really to have about this? It's despicable. It's upsetting, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. On that note, though, peace.